Basically, the concept of waste management is entirely, the Asian people thought is entirely different as compared to European people, because we need our personal hygiene, we need our personal belongings, we need to clean and hygiene, but we don't care about the public street or any public property. Personal relation with my first client, because once he started the waste management on his own house, on first attempt he failed, because his family is not ready to do the segregation or do the things properly. Then second time we appoint a person to show them how to do the things. After that he is our brand ambassador.
Hello and welcome to Turning Point. Waste management is a major challenge that our society is facing. The amount of waste which is generated every day in our cities and villages is phenomenal. Have we put a thought in terms of how this thing is managed? Where is it that this is heading? There are some skeptics which say that the amount of waste which is being generated will keep on increasing and our cities and towns will never get clean. But no, there is a solution. There are social entrepreneurs who have come to this field, educated professionals who will bring this solution and bring the social change. Today we have with us Mr. Zakriya Joy from Northampton. Zakriya, welcome to Turning Point.
Thank you.
This is a very interesting industry, very interesting sphere that you work with. Please tell a little bit about yourself.
Myself, Zakaria, and we do a business called Northamps ENV Solution in the sector. Basically, my post-graduation from Northampton University on Masters in Waste Management.
Hence the name Northampton.
Yeah, that's why we start the fame on the name of Northamps. From 2015 onwards, we started the organization. Before that, I am working as a consultant for some organization within Kochi from 2013 to 15. Right now, we are providing solutions for individual families, institutions, corporate companies, and also for big projects. The statutory clearance is mandatory nowadays for waste management. Great. So we are preparing those project reports as well.
Great. Why waste management? How did you get into this particular line? You hear a lot of commerce graduates, you hear about technology professionals. Why waste management? What brought you to it?
We are loving it, that profession.
How did you come across this? I mean, did somebody lead you to it? How did you decide that you want to take this course? You studied waste management professionally. What led you to decide that, yeah, this is what I want to study?
Basically, it's also an incident. I'm looking for high studies in European countries. Okay. That time, I saw the opportunity for waste management. Okay. During the interview process, the university guide me, this is your course issue for your Asian countries within 5 years. So you must take a master's degree on this subject. So you can earn good income, also serve the society. You can find a solution for the issue. That's why I chose that subject, and I think it's a nice profession.
It's a major social challenge that you are addressing. It's a very important problem which is there in our society, and you're addressing that, which is a very, very important aspect of it. When you came back to India and you decided to start this firm, what are the challenges you faced, or what were the bottlenecks?
Couple of questions are coming. Why you choose this subject?
Who asked you? Your family?
Yeah, family, friends, and everybody.
But you obviously did your post-graduation in this, so that was a natural progression that you take up this line.
Yeah, and also I had my master's in chemistry as well here. So a good profession I already had here before going to UK for high studies. So then why don't you choose that your back?
Why did you take chemistry? Why didn't you take chemistry rather? And why did you take this? That's an obvious question which your friends and family will ask.
And what you do with waste? Nobody will take degree or masters in waste management. So what's the opportunities in this subject? So basically it's a big challenge. That challenge come to a opportunity. And from that situation, during that time, nobody will discuss about waste management in our society. The only option is just throw away the waste or burn the waste. That's our concept. So after that, there is a movement starts in the society. We need clean cities or clean roads, clean streets as well. So everybody think about we have to manage the waste. Everybody needs the solution, but no one know the solution. So that's
Nobody's ready to take action because everybody wants. We would like our cities to be like European cities, very neat, clean, and maintained properly. But obviously, we don't take actions which lead to that. That is obviously one challenge which you will be facing.
Basically, the concept of waste management is entirely, the Asian people thought is entirely different as compared to European people, because we need our personal hygiene, we need our personal belongings, we need to clean and hygiene, but we don't care about the public street or any public property.
That is somebody else's problem.
Yeah, that's government problem. Who is the government? We people are the government. So we will take the responsibility to manage those things properly. Then only clean cities and clean streets will come.
So it's a cultural problem basically, in terms of we look at our house should be clean, but whatever outside our house is not a problem. How do you address that? How do you find a solution for that?
Basically, we do proper education to every community. Once any community or any institution or any individual come to us, we need a solution for waste. We will give a initial talk regarding their change in concept, because there is nothing in waste right now. 10 years back, everything put in a common trash bin and goes to landfilling or dump yard. Now the scenario will change. Anything we don't want, it's a recyclable value or a reuse value. So once we segregate the things properly, we got economic benefits from the waste what we are.
So it's basically a new industry by itself, which has a scope for investment, which has a scope for job creations as well as income generation.
Basically, it's a new profession come.
Okay.
Job opportunity, entrepreneurial opportunity, and a lot of environmental consultants are coming to the scenario as a profession. So people are seriously thinking about, we have all facility, but we don't have the clean air, clean water. So how we survive? That's another question. So everybody seriously think about, we need to manage, we will take some pain to manage the waste properly.
You talked about educating the community. How do you go about it? Who do you talk to? Schools? Where does it start?
Basically, if an individual comes to our office or any our contact sphere for a solution, we will give a one-to-one mentoring regarding waste management. It's not a machine or something like this. It's a change in attitude. Then only it will success. And for schools and residents associations and even corporate companies arrange training on environmental sustainability. And also universities are starting faculty development program on environmental sustainability and waste management.
Are there educational qualifications for this in India now?
It's a mandatory for university for the faculties to attend this development program once in a year. So using those platforms, we educate the society. Then the people will follow what we teach. They start segregation. They start processing on-site. They handle waste properly in clean and hygiene manner. Then they say, we don't have any waste. All these things are valuable materials.
So basically is to educate the opportunity which is there in terms of how waste can be recycled, remodeled and used in a better way that is not harmful for the society or the environment. That is one of the start areas which you will be looking at.
That attitude change is the primary step for scientific. Then technology is not an issue.
How do you see the attitude changing?
In the initial phase, people say, "Oh no, we don't do the segregation." When we are living in some other foreign countries, we are mixed entire waste. But in course of time, they are start doing segregation.
They're turning around. They're accepting the fact. What about individual houses? Because apartments, I can understand. There's an association. There's a formal. But individual houses, do they still manage waste?
Individual houses, like what you said, there is no associations or any coordination for. But in some areas, resident associations are active. But the Kudumbasri groups are come to the scenario. They are starting their own entrepreneurship. They visit each family on the village and collect all their dry rejections. We don't say it's a waste. It's only dry rejections. those dry rejections are recyclable raw material. So they collect plastic, they collect glass waste, electronic waste, old cloth, chapel, bags, leather, and the entire thing. They collect to a common collection facility. They segregate into each category and give back to the specific industry for recycling.
So that would be the model in the future as well, in terms of to make our city clean and tidy. That would be the route going forward?
When we check the route map of this process, the primary phase is education and awareness. That is, we completed the first phase or second phase.
First phase means what percentage of the...
Compared to the percentage wise, it's only 20 or 30%. Oh. But the society is ready to accept the concept. Sure. So that attitude.
So that's positive.
Yeah.
The people will accept
now
this change.
It will increase to higher people and
so by
entire community.
When do you see 100% of the population being literate and taking action on it?
In next 5 years, tremendous change will happen in this sector, because already there is a cultural changes developing. We don't burn the waste, or we don't put the waste on outside. It's not a good thing. So people think about what's the solution. Already the collection mechanism is starting developing. It's an entirely independent entrepreneur model. No financial aid from government, no financial aid from other organization. They are sustaining by collecting the service charge from individual families. People are willing to give service charge for collecting the trash. So the attitude change is happening, collection mechanism is happening. Next thing is the handling, the recycling industry or the middle management network is we want to develop.
So there's a positive hope.
Yeah.
People are changing. Yeah. There are people ready to make the change to get our cities better. When you started Northampton and to get your first client and to start your business in this front, what are the roadblocks you faced? For example, getting your first client or getting your first 5 clients. What are the challenges that you faced?
Basically, I'm in personal relation with my first client, because once he started the waste management on his own house, on first attempt he failed, because his family is not ready to do the segregation or do the things properly. Then second time we appoint a person to show them how to do the things. After that, he is our brand ambassador. He gives.
So it's a word of mouth publicity which has helped you in your initial phases, taking to the next. So obviously part of the waste management would require incinerators and other technology, and that would require investment as well. So what are the challenges in that space?
Basically, we have options for food waste management, biodegradable waste management, plastic waste management, glass, all dry items. The challenge is when we consider a family, the waste coming from family which is mixed with blood or body fluid, that is called sanitary waste or biomedical waste. We don't have much facility for managing those biomedical waste. Only one facility in Kerala, that's in Palakkad district. The entire hospital waste is managed in Palakkad district. So that plant is not sufficient to manage each individual sanitary waste. So we need to set up more scientific sanitary waste management facilities. But it takes time, because when we do second or third phase for dry waste management in plastic, glass, then only we got approval for installing more sanitary waste management facilities. That's the next challenge. But it's also an opportunity.
Are there public challenges for this? There are a lot of local level problems in terms of when the incinerator is set up. How will that be overcome?
Basically, the Central Pollution Control have scientific design for setting up incinerators. It's a little bit costly. It's around 30 to 50 lakhs capital investment for setting an incinerator. And also, there are chances for public protest, because as per now, if you set up an incinerator, entire waste will go to the incinerator and burn. Only the biomedical waste is we can manage using those incinerators. So once the recycling industry and the collection mechanism and the glass recycling, cloth, chapel recycling industries are boom, then only we can think about the biomedical waste management thing. So that's initial phase we have to complete, then only come to the biomedical waste management sector.
Great. As you say, there is a cultural shift which is happening. People are more open to accepting this idea that waste management is an emergency situation, and each of us need to contribute in terms of making a change in the society to make our city a clean city. What would you, other than this, what would you like to tell individuals, our viewers who are watching, that what should each one of us look at?
Basically, just like I said, the scenario is entirely changed from 2015 to 20, because things that
in 5 years there's been a major
tremendous
shift in
the
attitude.
Swachh Bharat mission, and in Kerala a lot of missions are happening. All those things make a good cultural change in Kerala.
But what about Pan India? What about in Northern Belt and other states? What are the challenges there?
In northern states also, huge companies are investing on the sector. We take the example of northern states. Mahindra is investing on this sector. They are trapping energy from waste. They set up huge plants in villages, among the villages, and from the cow dung and the other agricultural waste, they are trapping energy. Those energies again give back to the farmers for agricultural purpose. So it's a big opportunity. People are thinking about waste is my problem, not my society problem.
That is the attitude which needs to be brought in each of us to make that change. So where do you see Northamps 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What is the passion that is driving Northamps now?
Basically, we have a vision for 2025. We have to set up a minimum 10 big plants in South India with some other investors. So we have to say this much of energy we are not say about waste management.
Green energy. You're talking about green energy, the carbon footprint which is going to be brought down. That is what is going to be talked about.
Waste management come to an energy recovery sector now. So in 2025 or after 5 years, we are discussing about how much energy we are recovering from trash. Not waste management, how much energy we got it. That's the future.
And that is what Northamps is looking for doing as well. Ladies and gentlemen, waste management, like Zakriya said, is each and every one of us should look at solving this issue. The attitudinal change, which is going to bring in the positive results, is in our hands. So let's support, let's work with companies like Northamps in bringing up a revolution that our cities and our country and our climate is going to make a drastic change. Zakriya, thank you very much for joining Turning Point. Thank you so much.